Hello from Arlington, Texas. We're live inside Globe Life Field. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Chicago Cubs and the Texas Rangers. First pitch coming your way next. So just about set. And today's starter, Max Scherzer. And as usual with him singing, I think we can expect plenty of strikeouts.
Yeah, Boogie's racked up over 3,000 strikeouts in his career, so expect to see more of the same in this one.
So up now for Chicago, Nico Hoerner.
Nico Hoerner.
The wind of the pitch.
Ball.
And ball one. On the ground, Seager on the run, throw to first, out. And a quick out, number one. Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out, a lot of lift and separate, Chris.
Well, we know guys are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you know, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with two strikes, what looks like a half swing that can get out of the ballpark with a guy who's got decent pop.
O'Neal Cruz stands in now and watches strike one. One out, base is empty. Cruz goes 6 feet 7 inches, batting second in today's lineup, and they traded for him earlier this year. Swing and a miss, and the count is 1-2. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Handled that down and in breaking ball very well. Saw the break early coming from the other side and just let it get deep enough and drop the barrel on it at the very last moment. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Here's Mike Trout. That one misses. 1-0.
Here's a batter who, for whatever reasons, plays better on the road, and that should help him here today.
Next offering is in for a strike.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
The 1-2. Scherzer gets the punch out. 2 away.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in, so you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. Hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way.
That one way inside. Scherzer over 200 career wins, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Cruz off of first with 2 away. Right through there for a strike.
1 strike.
Here comes a pitch.
Ball. 2 balls. 1 strike.
And a foul ball. Scherzer deals. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in the second game of the series. In the air to left down the line, and that will drop foul. Two outs, and there he goes. Pitch is low. Throw to second, out there, and the inning is over.
Well, trying to get into scoring position, but a great catch and throw to end the inning. That's the way to pick up the pitcher.
Back here with my pal Singy, and on the mound in this one, Patrick Sandoval.
Yeah, his ERA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
Here's Leody Taveras.
The center fielder, Leody Taveras.
The lefty fires. Pitch is in there. Strike one. And now the lefty. And that one missing low. On the ground to first. Bell steps on the bag. One up, one down. And now we take a look at the Rangers lineup. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustments. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
Evan Carter, batting with one down, takes a strike. Carter, just 21 years old, and he was a second-round pick
1-1
in 2020. Gets him to chase after that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Out towards left center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 down.
Batting third, the shortstop, Corey.
So now it's Corey Seager.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
That one finds the corner. 0-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
Two pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
Two out, space is empty.
Sliders away, gets that hitter to really start looking and even leaning out over the plate. Very susceptible for the two-seamer here. Let's see what he throws.
2 down, nobody on. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Left-hand batter waits. Pitch is in the dirt, and the count 1-2.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You could tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
And now, Adolis Garcia. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Kicks and fires. No. Just missed.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Flips the corner, and it's 2-1.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
Kicks and deals. And it's even up.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
On the ground, right side. Has some trouble with it. He's able to win the race to the bag, and they come away with an out after a tricky start to the play. One left for Texas. We played an inning, no score. Second inning set to go. Here's Jose Ramirez.
Number 11, Jose Ramirez.
Max Scherzer back to work. Just missed.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So that's a good take by him.
And a strike in there. Time to look at our umpiring crew in this one. Kenny Jansen behind the plate.
Yeah, and expect a little inconsistency on the corners. He doesn't make any wild calls, but he does give and take there a little bit. So he doesn't have the easiest strike zone to figure out, especially as the game goes on, when you're expecting it to become more consistent.
And another ball. Fans don't really understand the familiarity and relationship players and coaches have with umpires. I mean, you see them a lot.
Yeah, but they're all out there trying to do their best and perform at a high level. So when you respect that, I think over time you can develop a relationship with them.
Left field, way back there. Carter going back. And it's caught just in front of the wall.
That is it. The shortstop,
Dansby Swanson stands in. Good power. Not great in the OBP department. Way upstairs. And that is ball one. And that's in for a strike. Second inning here, no score. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
Oh, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. And talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Swings through it for the K. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. 2 outs, base is empty. And now the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki. There's a strike.
No ball, 1 strike.
That's in there.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
Gonna count 1-2.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Scherzer gets the punch out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the second. Here's Josh Young. Sandoval back to work. And there's a ball. Next pitch is downstairs.
2-0.
On the ground to the left. And it goes just foul. Fouls one off. 2-2. Strike three. Got him looking on the changeup.
Batting fifth.
Here is Marcus Semien.
Marcus Semien.
Not close with that one, and that's ball one. The pitch. Big stock center field. So a man aboard now with one away. Jonah Heim stepping in for the Rangers. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller. Good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play.
And a pitch. Semien runs. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. And the pitch. Runner goes again. And a foul ball. That one clubbed out towards left center. That'll be extra bases. Around third. He will score, and the Rangers take the lead. 1-0.
Back-to-back base hits. Breaking ball was in a decent spot down and in, but he did a really nice job getting to it before it tied him up.
One out, runner at second. Here's Nathaniel Lowe. That's in there. That's strike one.
0-1.
Heim, the runner at second with one away. That one's in there. That is strike two.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
Sets him down looking. Strike three called and a slider at the knees.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Ezekiel Duran stepping in for the Rangers. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. And the pitch. And a good eye there.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. And 1-2.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Man on second, 2 down. In the dirt, and that's ball 2.
2-2.
Started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and Mike Fillmore right on it. He says he held up. Man at second. Hard hit left side. Swanson fires over to first. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. Rangers get 1 on the RBI double. It's now 1-0. It's Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. And the batter now, Christopher Morel. You talk about the power and the speed together.
Well, we knew he was going to be a stud just coming up, making his way through the minor leagues, and quickly at this level, an impact player.
First pitch, and he just misses. That one missing inside.
2 balls, no strike.
And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. So here's Scherzer. That one fouled off. Scherzer winds, kicks, fires. And another ball. Outside, and that is ball 4.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter, but he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
Up to the plate, it's Brandon Belt. And that skips into dirt. Left-hand hitter waits.
Ball 2.
Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
The next offering misses, and that's ball 3. Yan Gomes hitting on deck circle. Tying run is at first. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a miss.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
At the belt and fires. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Over to Seager. Plenty of time at first. That's a double play.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Here's Yan Gomes. That one's in there. It's 0-1.
No balls. 1 strike.
The Rangers up by a run here in the second game of the series.
Ball
And that's
1.
outside. And there's a foul ball.
Ball
Up
2.
and in. The count now 2-2.
2 balls. 2 strikes. Ball.
Wouldn't chase that time.
Full count.
The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Corner in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Right field down the line, and that one slices foul.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Line drive and foul ball.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch in this next one.
0-2. Foul off the plate. They'll do it again. The pitch.
No,
And the
that's the
slider
ball.
just misses.
It's a good take.
And now it's 1-2. Stays alive. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And that one is inside.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
And that one hit to first. He takes
He's
it
out.
himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 1 left for the Cubs, and it remains 1-0. Set for the bottom of the 3rd, and now it's the Rangers leadoff hitter, Leody Taveras. The pitch. And that's outside. Ball 1.
1 ball. No strike.
That clips the corner.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
base hit into right. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Now the left fielder, Evan Carter. That one's in there, 0-1. And a pitch. And a base hit. Trout hustles it back in. Runner stops at second, and the first two reach to start the inning. And here's Corey Seager to hit. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Double steal. Swing and a miss. Throw to third. Save. Double steal.
I think he surprised everyone in the ballpark, and especially the pitcher. Wasn't a great lead there, but when he took off, I think he caught him off guard. Nice job to get to third.
Two runners in scoring position. Nobody out.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Oh, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
Next to bat, the Texas cleanup hitter, Adolis Garcia. Golden opportunity right here. That's to third. Cruz. On to first. There for the out. Runner scores from third. Stepping in, Josh Young. He was a strikeout victim his first time. That catches the outside corner. That's strike 1.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat. Drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Around third. He scores, and they're up by 3.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
Two outs, runner at first. And now here is Marcus Semien. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. There's a strike. Two runs across in the inning here in the last half of the third. And now 1-2. That one missed.
2-2.
The next pitch misses, and it's a full count.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. On to inning number 4. It's the Rangers 3 and the Cubs nothing. Back here with my pal Siggy. Start of the 4th. Here's O'Neal Cruz.
O'Neal Cruz.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Ball 1 there.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
The pitch. That misses. Now 2-0.
You know, these Cubs, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Next offering is in for a strike.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
And he can't come up with it. And he's going to make it to first, and we'll see how they score it.
Pretty much gifted a leadoff base runner right there. And as an offense, this is where you really want to take advantage. Apply some pressure this inning. Make that error hurt.
Mike Trout, the next Cub to hit. His first at-bat was a strikeout. That one in there to Mike Trout. Trout measures 6 feet 2 inches. 32 years old. Let's remember a major part of his resume are those 3 MVP awards. Cruz gets his lead at first with nobody out. Just missed. Righty to the plate. And another ball. Good eye in that spot. There's a swing and a drive. Garcia ranging back on it. That one is gone. He shoots one out to right. His first homer of the year, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 3-2.
Who doesn't love watching Mike Trout smash home runs? His swing just sounds different. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Jose Ramirez. In there for a strike at the top of the zone. Nobody on, nobody out. Top half of inning number 4. Rips one to right, and that's just foul. Right-hander kicks, deals. And a ground ball to first. Takes it himself. Out. One away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the homer.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
And next for the Cubs, Dansby Swanson. That one finds the corner. 0-1.
No ball. 1 strike.
Still only 1 out here in the inning. The shortstop takes the ball. Now it's belted deep to left, way out of here. Home run. And that should quiet this home crowd. It's their second home run of the inning, and this game is tied. It's 3-3.
hitter gets pitch recognition early, he saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got out of it.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. And up next for Chicago, Seiya Suzuki. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike one. Out towards right center field. Garcia heads after it. He makes the catch, and there's two down. And here's the DH for the Cubs, Christopher Morel. Worked a walk at his first trip to the plate. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal you a bag and go deep. Bo Jackson, anyone?
When you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well, look out, because the sky's the limit on that potential.
In the air, out towards left center. Carter makes the play, and that's the third out. But two round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. We're tied now with 3 apiece. Major League Baseball is on the show. Bottom of the fourth, now the catcher for the Rangers, Jonah Heim. As the lefty gets to work. And that one upstairs.
Well, these Rangers doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
Bell takes it himself. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th. Nathaniel Lowe up to hit. Caught looking his first time up.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 1. All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. The wind of the pitch. This to third. Cruz sends it across to first. 2 up, 2 down.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
Ezekiel Duran, the next to hit. He's 0 for 1. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Trout sizing it up. Makes the catch, inning over. 4 innings in the books. Tied 3-3. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the top of the 5th. So up now for Chicago, Brandon Bell. Max Scherzer goes to work. And downstairs. Bullpen action for the Rangers. Andrew Heaney, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Dunning, the right-hander, also getting loose. And the righty deals.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
That misses. And a count 2-1. And there's a ball.
3-1.
And a 3-2. He goes down looking.
Well, that's a pitch, that slider from an opposite-handed pitcher that you usually see very well, but for some reason he didn't pick it up, and it just kind of got into the strike zone late, gave up on it a little bit early.
Line drive, base hit. And now the lineup turns over with one away.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Corner in the box now as he leaves that one up high. And another ball. Good hitters count the 2-0. Fought off foul. Here's a 2-1. Just missed. Man at first, one away. There's a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Outside, and that is ball 4.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
And next for the Cubs, O'Neal Cruz, 1 for 2. First offering, and it just misses.
At the dish, looking to look the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boo.
Runners at first and second with one gone, and we're at the top of the 5th. 2 balls, no strikes to count.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
2 on, 1 out. And that one fouled off. The pitch. That one missed. Mike Trout waiting to hit for the Cubs. Runners at first and second with one gone. Bounced up the middle. Dives, and he can't hang on. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
Andrew Heaney will take over here. He's making his second appearance of the season.
Number 44, Andrew Heaney.
Go ahead run on base. Mike Trout, the next Cub to hit. He's already homered in this game.
Hey,
There's a strike. Bases loaded, one away.
No,
Here in the
that's the
second
ball.
game of the series.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Here comes a pitch.
2.
On the ground to first. Could be 2. Over to Seager. And that's quick work out of the pen. 1 batter, 2 outs, inning over.
Just trying to sneak one through with the bases loaded, but an excellent job by the defense to turn that one and get out of this jam.
Bottom of the inning. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Leody Taveras.
Leody Taveras.
And here it comes.
Ball
Off the
1.
mark there. Ball 1. Ground ball right side. Bell takes it to the bag, and the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th.
The left fielder, number 32, Evan.
Now here is Evan Carter. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. In there, and it's 0-1.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit, or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Swinging a foul back, that's out of play.
And what makes him even quicker is the fact that he's so dialed in on the pitch as it's moving through the hitting zone. He can see how that hitter's lined up, what he's trying to do, and where that pitch is going to end up, which gives him that really quick first step, and that's why he makes so many great plays.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. The wind of the pitch. Foul tip into the mitt, struck him out. Chris, 3rd time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Corey Seager. That one drilled left field. Makes the grab on the run. And that is that. Rangers go down quickly there. Still tied 3-3. And we're back. Start of the 6th. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Jose Ramirez. Why to kick the pitch. And that is in for a strike. 0-1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Josh Sborz appears to be getting ready for Bruce Bochy. Yates also throwing. Kicks and fires.
Ball.
That's down and in.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
In the air, left field. Carter gets under it. Hauls it in for the out. 1 down.
Good pitch. He just kind of had him out in front on that pitch away and wasn't able to stay close.
Dansby Swanson will hit next. He's already homered here in this one. Hit hard. That gets through. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Now batting, the right fielder.
Now it's the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki. And the first offering is not close. With the go-ahead run at first, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Popped in the air, left field. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. Out number 2.
Up next for the Cubs, the designated hitter,
Christopher Morel, the next Cub to hit. He's 0 for 1. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. This one in the air, center field. Taveras settles under it and puts the squeeze on that one. And that is that. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. All tied up at 3 apiece. Back here with my pal Siggy. Where we go bottom 6. Now Adolis Garcia. Sandoval back to work. Just missed.
You can expect this hitter to be looking for something on a tee. He can get up in the air and untie this ball game.
Kicks and deals. Swinging a foul straight back.
Well, you can't really adjust your game plan for that last pitch. Guy hasn't thrown it very much. You got to focus on the stuff that he's throwing up there most of the time.
That one is absolutely belted. Suzuki going back on it. Tattooed to Tatertown and gone. His first homer of the year. It's 4-3.
That's exactly what this crowd wanted to see in this spot. He blasted that pitch. Slider right down the middle of the plate. It's like slow motion for a hitter. You're just licking your chops, waiting for it to arrive, and you want to hit it a long way, and he did.
Josh Young. Here comes Craig Counsell, and we're going to see a pitching change. Patrick Sandoval done for the night. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Jose Marte on to pitch out of the pen here.
Number 68, Jose Marte.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
And that's a base hit.
Waste no time there. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
So digging in, Marcus Semien. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Splits the plate. Strike one. Runner at first with no outs here. On the ground to third. Off balance feed. There's one. On to first. Double play.
As a former player, watching 5-4-3 double plays brings back some adrenaline. It's such an exciting play, and it's always a great reminder of baseball being such a team sport.
So next to hit for Texas, Jonah Heim. To the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Rangers pick up a run here on the solo home run. It's now a 4-3 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. New inning getting started, and now the first baseman, Brandon Bell.
Leading off for the Cubs, the first baseman, Brandon Bell.
And he deals. Up the middle. That's the first out, the top of the seventh.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
So out of the bullpen for the Rangers, Josh Spores.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Yan Gomes, the next Cub to hit. To the right side, Simeon. And Gomes is retired.
The batter number 2, second baseman, Nico Horner.
Here's Nico Horner. And that one fouled off. Good eye right there.
1-1.
Trying to hold a one-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. Late on that fastball.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible. Look for him to throw it again at some point.
That one laced to center and a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Now batting, third baseman,
O'Neal Cruz, the next Cub to hit. Foul back our way, and that's out of play.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Two outs.
1-1.
It's a pitch out, nothing doing, and that's ball one. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Right-handed reliever, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
1 ball.
Healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Left-hand batter waits. Swing and a pop-up. Low. Moving under it. Drops into the glove. And that is that. Cubs lead one. They still trail it here, 4-3.
Lee Jordan with the traditional 7th inning stretch.
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Hector Neris. Neris, 34-year-old vet. He joined the team as a free agent.
Now pitching for the Cubs, number 50, Hector Neris.
And a pitch. That's in there. And that's strike one. Movement in the Cubs bullpen. Jordan Wicks up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. And a pitch.
That's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And there's a ball. And a pitch. On the inside corner for a strike. And that's off the inside edge. And now it's 3-2. The pitch. Got him looking. Now 1 away.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at-bats are just a little tough to watch right now.
Next up for Texas, Ezekiel Duran.
Ball.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here, the bottom of the 7th. Now 1-1.
1-1.
Foul ball. Just off the outside part of the plate.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Now 2 away.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Taveras in the box now. No balls and a strike. Next offering misses down and away. One and 2 now. To the right side. He steps on the bag, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. And the Rangers set down in order, and it remains a 4-3 game. David Robertson gets the ball now.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Robertson.
Here's the center fielder, Mike Trout. 1 for 3.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with one swing here.
The pitch. And there's the strike. Movement in the bullpen. Jose Leclerc appears to be getting ready for Bruce Bochy. Got him. One away.
Pretty good strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down one. Any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Jose Ramirez. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out.
Ball 1.
First pitch misses.
1-0.
Holding on to a 1-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. Right through there for a strike.
Well, at that velocity, if that's all you're seeing, 88, you can handle that all day long. That's what you get in batting practice. But off the velocity of the fastball, that is a very tough pitch to adjust to.
That misses. Now 2 balls and a strike.
And you get to this part of the order. Yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you if he will.
3 balls.
That's a little bit low. Dansby Swanson on deck for the Cubs. The Cubs trailing by a run here in the 2nd game of the series. And a strike.
Full count.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Base hit right field.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat. Just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher. But you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
So up next, Dansby Swanson. Swing and a drive, deep right field. Way back there. To the warning track, makes the catch.
Plenty of extra carry on that ball to right there. Almost got out of here thanks to the wind. It's whipping right now.
And now the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. That's in for a strike.
Some hitters are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
The 0-2. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Brings it in, and that's the 3rd out. 1 left for the Cubs. Score holds at 4-3. New pitcher in the game for the Cubs, Jordan Wicks.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
The lefty fires. in the dirt, 1-0. Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Right through there for a strike. Caught and missed. Struck him out. And there's 1 down.
No, there's a small sigh of relief right there. I mean, just to keep that speed off the base paths. It's not just the pitcher. It's other guys that have to think about it. From your infielders have to think about that runner potentially stealing, but also be in position to make a play. As an outfielder, you're thinking about a base hit to the outfield. I got to get to it quickly to try to keep this guy from taking an extra base. So I think everyone just a little more relaxed that he didn't reach base.
Seager stands in here, takes ball 1 low. And that one wrapped foul. One down, base is empty. Bounce to the left side, and it goes just foul. Here's a 1-2. Popped up. Swanson makes the grab. 2 away.
Up next for the Rangers, the right fielder.
So 2 down now, and here is Adolis Garcia. And ball 1. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Next offering is in for a strike. Curveball drops in there. And the 1-2 misses to even the count.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
The 2-2 on the way. That one hammered center field. That's back there. And forget it. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add to their lead. It's 5-3. Singy, that's his 99th career homer.
Well, he's probably already thinking about the next one, and don't want to think too hard because you'll start to struggle. 100 is a really nice number to get to, though. Are able to tease the outside part of the zone with the breaking ball. That means that it looks like it's going to be a strike. It finishes off the plate. Well, that one finished on the outer half, but caught just too much of the plate and hit for a home run.
Up next for the Rangers, Josh Young. And it's fouled away. The wind and the pitch. That catches the corner. That one misses. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, He'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
The pitch. Popped up. Horner under it. He's got it. And the inning is over. Texas extends the lead with the solo shot. Last chance coming up for the Cubbies. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Jose Leclerc. He comes in with a chance for his second save of the season. Now it'll be the Cubs DH, Christopher Morel. And here it comes. And a foul ball.
Oh, that insurance run in the bottom of the 8th inning was so good to add on, especially with this power hitter at the plate. If he goes deep, you're still up in the ball game. Really good spot to be in right here.
And the 0-2. And that's downstairs and outside.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Righty delivers. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. In time. And the drop third strike leads to the first out.
Well, that right there is what you want to see out of your closer. Come in and close the door, cancel any hope that that opponent has in making some type of comeback in the ball game. Tell you what, that helps him settle in, and that helps everybody else relax a little bit to get these other 2 outs.
Bell stands in now and watches strike 1.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just
in the air, center field. Tavares running hard to get it. And that one hops the wall. He's in at second with a 1-out double.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
He's 2 outs away. And here's the catcher, Yan Gomes. Swing a high fly ball deep left field. Carter raging back towards the wall. Pulls it in on the warning track.
The batter number 2, second baseman, Nico Horner.
So they're down to their final out. And up next for Chicago, Nico Horner. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Foul ball there. Tying run at the plate. Found back our way, and that's out of play. Leclerc is just 1 strike away.
1-2.
Not even close there. And the count 1-2. Now a fly ball to right center. Taveras sizes this one up. And that'll do it. Ball game. The Rangers take the first 2 games of this series.
Whether you're a season ticket holder or you just come to a couple of games a year, to see your team win at home, there's just something special about that. Good job by this team to get it done for the hometown fans.
The 5-3 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Rangers, 5 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. They left 3 runners on base. For the Cubs, 3 runs on 9 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 5 minutes.